Hallelujah, and welcome to the Inspirational and Motivational Moment, where you'll discover life-changing tips to be, do, and have anything you want in life by tapping into the ultimate source of never-ending supply. This inspirational and motivational moment is sponsored by the Celestial.Church.of.Christ, Prince of Peace, Parish 3. For more life-changing, inspirational, and motivational content, we invite you to visit us online at CCCPrinceofPeace.com. And when you get there, be sure to register to receive regular free tips and updates. You can also connect with us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, all from our website, CCCPrinceofPeace.com. Enjoy today's inspirational and motivational, and remember to take notes and take action.
Today's inspirational and motivational moment is going to cover that topic which has generated quite a lot of responses, and it's the topic of faith again. When the question of faith arises, the religious practitioners always think that it is their religion which is being spoken of. To have faith in a religion, in the priests or clergy, in a certain dogma, ceremony, principle, or in a certain form of teaching, this is what is usually understood by the word faith. On the other hand, the non-religious and those who look at life from a different point of view say, faith is blind. Why should we believe blindly? In Romans chapter 1 verse 17 it says, "If ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, Remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible to you." So what exactly is faith, and how can I get it, was the question that I received in response to one of our previous inspirational and motivational moments on the topic of faith. Faith is the unique power that works through the whole of creation. By faith I don't mean a belief in a certain religion or a dogma, ceremony, book, teacher, or anything like that. I mean having trust, a trust even in the absence of reason. That is what faith is about. If you study life closely, you'll find that to some degree everyone has faith, including you. Now, how true is it, as the wise man says, every soul when born is a faithful follower. It is afterwards that he turns to the contrary. This really means that every person is born with a simple faith, and it is only afterwards that they learn how to doubt. If it were not so, we should never have been able to learn the language that we speak. Was it not learned by faith from infancy? When your mother says, "This is a tree," the child says, "Tree." When she says, "This is water," the child calls it water. And there are many things which the parents speak of apart from ordinary everyday matters, and the child believes them as the parents want them to believe. Whether the names given to the things are right or wrong, the child takes them as his parents or her parents wishes him or her to take them, for that is their natural tendency. In the beginning, absolutely 100% of people, everyone, including you, in the beginning, everyone has faith. Then how is it that we lose this quality which nature has bestowed upon us? We lose it by the knowledge of names and forms. As we grow, we cover up our faith with the knowledge of names and forms, calling that learning. At every step in our progress towards knowledge, we compare things and consider some things better than others. The one thing we call true, the other we call false. But in reality, neither is true or false. This is a stage of knowledge at a level of immaturity that we pass through. Later, when we have raised ourselves to a mature level of advanced knowledge, we arrive at a stage when we're able to say, all that I have called true is not true, and all I have called false is not false. We find that whatever difference exists is only a difference of comparison or degree. Now, this point of view is difficult and vague and may not be easily understood. The course of human life involves so many disappointments, so many failures, and so many heartaches that no one can avoid doubting certain things in life. It just isn't possible. When someone has been deceived by another, they easily distrust 10 people, for instance. Now, when they found one person unreliable, they may perhaps consider 100 others to be so too. After failing in one thing, that person suspects that they'll fail in 1,000 things. So many things take away that natural power and quality which was at first present on the tree of life, that faith which is the secret of the whole creation, the secret of all success that can ever be attained in life. This faith is broken by life's discouraging experiences that we gain from the tree of knowledge. When confidence in others is lost, then confidence in self is lost also. The more it is lost, the more failure one meets. Now, doubt breeds mistrust. A doubting person considers themselves to be wise and one of simple faith to be a fool. Whoever that person sees, they suspect. Whatever they hear, they question whether it's right or it's wrong. He or she will doubt even their own brother or sister, waiting for the time to come when they can actually trust them. But sadly, that time never comes. Their very doubts create doubts in the mind of the suspected person, and often the doubts come true as the effect of the doubter's thought, or at least it creates an illusion for which the moment shows the picture of their doubt. So it is with our own lives. We doubt, and by that very doubt, that which we fear often happens, because it was created by us in the other person's heart. Whether the actions we see support our doubt or only seem to support it, yet at some point our suspicion creates the desire in the doubted person. That's the way it just generally tends to happen. If we could only develop the quality which is called faith, about which so much is said in the various holy books, both the Bible and the Quran and other holy books, and the different scriptures, we should find what power it would carry in our everyday lives. That is the secret to success. Now, the spark that lights the fire of your purpose is something you need to understand. We're all here to fulfill the purpose of our lives. What is that purpose? Our desire, our inclination, which is constantly at work in our minds, is the purpose of your life. If we're unable to fulfill that inclination, we go from this world without accomplishing our purpose, which is a sad thing. There's someone I read about, his name was Omar, I think I pronounced this correctly, Omar Khayyam, Khayyam, and Omar Khayyam says, heaven is the vision of fulfilled desire. Hell is the shadow of a soul on fire. If the desires are not fulfilled, the soul is naturally on fire, but there's no reason why the desire should not be fulfilled. The very existence of a desire promises its fulfillment. In the heart of every man and woman is the desire of life. Without the will to live, not even a single atom can move. This shows that every wave of thought and feeling, every motion and action from the desire to live exists. Every thought that comes to our mind is life's thought. God has placed this within you. It is life's thought, even if it appears to be a thought of mundane, everyday thinking in the world. Once you realize that every activity and impulse that comes into your mind is really from the desire to have more life, you will feel that it must be fulfilled. If it's not fulfilled, it's your limitation that is the cause of its hindrance. You have allowed your weakness to hinder its accomplishment. Now, in closing, I just want to run you through this little story of faith even among thieves. There's a story of a man who was traveling with a caravan through Arabia. Among the travelers was some who had money with them to use for their expenses. They came to a place where it was said that robbers were likely to be, and that everybody should take care of their own purse, as many caravans had been robbed in that area. This young man also had some money, but he thought to himself, I have no place to keep my money. I'll find some person with whom I can leave it, to whom I can give it for safety. So he was wondering if there could be a village or a habitation of some sort, but he could only see a tent some distance away from where the caravan had come to a halt. So he went and found a man sitting smoking his pipe who was inside the tent. He went up to him and said, I do not know you, sir, but I have heard that there are robbers here and that many caravans have been robbed, and I am a poor man. I thought I should protect my money. If I could find someone to whom I could trust it, and having found this tent, I feel I should entrust it to you. He left the purse and returned to the caravan. When he arrived, he found that the caravan had been robbed, and all had lost their money. He was very glad that he had escaped. They were all moaning and lamenting about their losses. He thought that, at any rate, he was safe. Then they described the robbers, saying how many of them had come, how many had been there, and so on and so forth. He returned to the tent to fetch his money again. He found the same man smoking there, but he was surrounded by many men. Surprisingly, he was the chief of the robbers. The others were all sitting there, fighting and disputing what share each should take, and the chief was helping them to divide their spoil. So the young man was afraid to go nearer, and at the same time could not help thinking how foolish he was for not having kept his money. For while he was bringing it, the robbers had come, and so he would have escaped anyway. The others had lost everything, but he had fooled himself, he thought. While he was thinking this, and was about to turn away, the chief called out for him to be fetched. He approached the chief trembling, because he believed that now even his life was in danger. The chief said, Why did you come here? Why are you turning back? The young man answered, Well, I was afraid. Are you not the head of the robbers? Then why should I not wish to go? What use can it be to come? The chief answered, Man, I received your money to keep. I did not rob you of it. You trusted me. The money is therefore in my trust. Even if I am a robber, I am not dishonest. I gain by robbery, not by breaking trust. You trusted me with your money, and your money is safe. Here it is for you to take back again. So the young man was delighted, reflecting what a good thing trust is, inasmuch as one may have faith even in a robber, for he had proved himself trustworthy. We can see this in our everyday life. An assistant, co-worker, or partner can be made trustful or distrustful, trustworthy or unworthy of trust. This we do ourselves by our own faith. How true is it that when faith is beginning to fail, when doubts begin to come, the loss of faith goes on until a person begins to doubt their nearest and dearest friend. Husbands can do it. They can doubt their wives. Wives can do it. They can doubt their husbands. Brothers can doubt sister. Parents can doubt children. One can doubt one's nearest friend, and in the end, one doubts oneself. This is the utmost limit. From then on, life can be nothing less than torture. With regard to trusting people, you may think, is it right to believe in anything a person says? Is it right to trust everybody? There are many people who are not worthy of trust, no doubt. Shall we then trust everybody in order to develop our trust? The answer may surprise you. It actually is yes. Perhaps we will have failures, but we'll only trust another person when we trust ourselves. We'll only trust another person when we have faith in ourselves, and then we'll have faith in another. Without faith in ourselves, we can never have faith in another. To have faith in another is to have faith in ourselves. It does not matter if once or twice we're disappointed, but if we're afraid of being disappointed even once in our lives, perhaps we will doubt all through life. And so there will never come a time when we will be able to trust anyone, even ourselves. There are many things that can develop our trust. Sometimes an unworthy person can become worthy of trust.
We hope you've enjoyed this inspirational and motivational moment, sponsored by the Celestial.Church.of.Christ, Prince of Peace, Parish 3. Get more free tips, additional tools, and downloads now at cccprinceofpeace.com. That's cccprinceofpeace.com.